I tried to think which would be the one case knife that I and my subscribers might find most useful, and I came up with this. This is the second case knife that I have acquired, and in looking at the case knives, they have classic designs, very practical designs. This is my first case knife. That is Mammoth Bark. Right, this is more, it's a collectible knife. Collectible case knife. And a little bit of more of a look at the collectible one that I got a while ago. It's got Raindrop Damascus and Mammoth Bark. Now that is a beautiful case knife. So you see this design has 3 blades, right? What they call the punch, that is the very pointed blade. And it's kind of like an awl on a Swiss Army knife. Now the super pointy blade, that can be used for piercing, puncturing, scraping, or drilling. So really the beauty of this type of knife is that, you can think of it as kind of like a Swiss Army knife. Even though it has 3 blades, but each blade gives you several different types of cutting. So with one knife, you can do, piercing, punching, puncturing, scraping, push cutting, draw cutting, slicing. So there's many different types of cutting. It's like a toolbox of implements for different cutting techniques, right? So I think of it more as a Swiss Army knife. In fact, I've often wondered or wanted a Swiss Army knife that has more different blades on it. Another reason why this design is so practical is because of how easy to carry it is, right? Even compared to a Swiss knife, right? This is a typical 3-layer Swiss knife. And you can see, even compared to a Swiss Army knife, this is a lot thinner, right? It's a lot more narrow. It's extremely easy to carry. Just slip in your pocket and forget about it. This is definitely something you could carry in situations where you can't carry anything larger, or you don't want to carry anything heavier, and you want something that just looks like a classic tool as opposed to any sort of weapon. So, it's very practical to carry something like this. It's just really well made. It's a pleasure to own. There's a lot of pride of ownership with case knives. It's fun to look at. Case produces a lot of the classic old-time designs that have stood the test of time. If I hadn't got this, I probably would have gotten one of their large Trapper models. And maybe in the future I'll get one of their large Trapper models. But I think this Stockman, the Trapper, I think those are the things people should start with. And maybe like their Sod Buster too. Now Case uses what they call their True Sharp stainless steel. Right, and I have to confess, this is my second case knife, so I'm not super familiar with that steel, so I can only tell you what, the knife gurus and knife addicts have told me over the years, and that's that it's a very good steel for this application, which is everyday cutting chores. Yeah, it's definitely a great looking knife. And going along with the whole Swiss Army knife theme, it would be cool to pair this up with like a small multi-tool. Just like a Leatherman Squirt or a Gerber Dime. For example, this Leatherman style PS, you see it has a little screwdriver, mini pliers, it's got mini scissors, it's also got tweezers. So yeah, something like that plus this Stockman, that would be a really sweet EDC setup, especially if you're not wanting to carry anything big or maybe not able to. I mean, this is stuff you could slip into the pocket or an appropriately sized pouch, and you've got a lot of bases covered. With this Stockman and then the little multi-tool, you've got a lot of bases covered. And I think they do have the same knife in black handle scales, and I think they might have like stag handle scales. So yeah, don't forget about these classic designs. Consider them as part of your everyday carry tool set or loadout. All right, well, just a quick look. I'm not going to torture test this because, you guys know what this is for, all right? And, it's not meant to be pounded through things or anything. Use common sense. But a beautiful knife that I did want to show you. And maybe if you've never tried any of the old-time classic designs, maybe I can get some people into that aspect of cutlery as well. All right, YouTube, hope you enjoyed the video. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.